guys, the Indian market has a specific time frame that the newspapers print out and the media channels and all of that. They say that this is a good luck or good time frame to buy and invest. So, I mean, naturally, that's going to be the time everybody's really bullish. Time frame that the newspaper. So that was Dan. Never mind. But yeah, but that's just it's just like a freebie, no, no brainer buying kind of zone. So that's interesting to me. Albert says very festive, seeing lots of people shopping in the Indian sweet shop. Yeah. Hello, Lucian. How are you? Good morning. Good morning, everybody. All right. Okay, so now that we've got YouTube added, what is up, YouTube Bill? Let's get this party started. Okay, cool. The Qs had a phenomenal day yesterday. We had a wonderful, wonderful hammer candle. I switched around my moving averages for the mentorship session and they stuck. So let me just adjust 10 and 20. Okay. All right. So we are, for a while we were dribbling between the 10 and the 20, but right now we're above the 10 and the 20, which is awesome. I also want to let you guys know that, the Asian markets were not doing well at all yesterday and day before. They were horrible. Day before, it was just collapsing. So, and we didn't do that at all. So that's kind of showing strength. I wouldn't be surprised if we went all the way up to 284. As far as today's concerned, I want to give it a little bit more time. So, when an exciting day happens is when we have 3 green candles in a row and the 4th one gaps up really big. That's when a short's coming in. Or when you have 4 red candles in a row and you make a brand new low, that's when a short's coming in. Although on this day, I will tell you guys, my bias was very bearish. I actually ended up losing about 4 Rs that day, just trying to see if a rollover came in. So I just want to let you guys know, you guys weren't the only ones trapped on this day. It just was a perfect gap down that should have just rolled over. So yeah, but anyway, but when you have gaps like these where it's not doing anything, well, this isn't even considered a gap. When you have days like these where no one's trapped and no one really is wanting to take profits right now, it's like, what do you do? Nothing. There's just no movement. There's no extra push in a specific direction. So it's very undecisive, and I don't know if some bulls are going to wake up today at 9:30 and say, maybe we want to get out, or maybe we want to hold. And I don't know if some bears are going to jump in. So for that reason, I feel like I say this a lot every time I'm on the mic, but we're just going to have to wait and watch and see which direction it takes. Ideally, I would want, if we considered this a 3-minute chart or a 1-minute chart for that matter, I would want some sort of a wave structure to come in. And then follow that trend. So for a quick scalp in the morning. So that's what I would do. That's what I would ideally want. But if it's just sideways, then that makes no sense. Then I don't want to do that at all. I don't want to trade that at all. So yeah. Anyway, all right. So this is the Qs on the hourly. This stuff, it's filled this gap. It's very, very important for us to hold this level now. So I would have loved it if we were gapping over here somewhere, but we're not. We're still just kind of sort of below this gap. So it's filled this gap right now. And we're just kind of hovering. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get rejection over here. That's completely plausible, guys. Just because it looks very, very bullish, don't get fooled. Bear moves can fool you. So, if you think, oh, we're going to get some sort of a move up or whatever, right now, I mean, we are extended in the bullish direction too, technically. So, yeah. So just keep an eye out for bear moves too. Just be open to any possibility is what I'm saying. All right, let's go look at SPY real quick, and then we'll go look at some other tickers that we look at always. Okay. SPY. is also doing the same exact thing. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it's, this EMA is a 50 EMA. I got to change it everywhere. I'm sorry, guys. But I had a mentorship yesterday and I was showing somebody trick. But anyway, okay. So here is SPY. SPY is actually a little bit more bullish than bearish, in my opinion, than the Qs. The Qs aren't even here at this level, but SPY's already climbed this level up. And I would not be surprised if we continued higher. This kind of sort of looks like an inverse head and shoulders. I don't know if you guys can see it that way. If we pull out the line chart, maybe it'd be much more visible. Maybe not clearly, but to me, it kind of sort of looks like that. And I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we just continued on higher. 390 could be achievable for sure. And I feel like that's where I will start to buy my puts. I did get triggered into one put yesterday on SPY, just in case we were rolling over. But my puts are expiring in January, and I have 360 puts expiring in January. So I have lots of time, and I'm okay if we don't roll over. But 390 is where I will buy another put just to protect myself. But yeah, this looks still very bullish right now. It could very well just go over there and retest and then come back down, or it doesn't have to come back down at all, actually. It could just continue on up. So just keep an eye on it. Hourly, we'll look at it with the regular hours so we can see some gaps. Hourly, it's above, so just where Qs were struggling, it's above that level right now, which is awesome. So it's battling certain levels, which it needed to. This is what I would love to see on the Qs, with a slight pullback, and then we go higher. So that would be awesome. But yeah, currently looking good. Nothing too surprising, nothing too exciting over here. Let's look at Tesla real quick, because that definitely was one of the weaker ones. I am interested to see what it does here. Sorry about that. Okay. All right, Tesla yesterday finally caught up towards the end of the day. But I mean, guys, this isn't, I don't know if this is a trap currently, or if this is a slow roll down. But us taking out this level can't be good for Tesla. It just can't be. Absolutely not. And I was so tempted to buy a put yesterday, because we were taking out these levels that are really, really important. Look at it on the weekly. Here, we're taking out these levels right here on the weekly, and we're just rolling on down. So it needs to show some strength currently for me to buy more puts. Ideally, I would have loved some puts over here at 260. That would be nice. That would be amazing. But I don't know if it's going to come up there or not. Tesla may be China related. Yeah, yes, they did have some news with the China deliveries or China manufacturing or something like that, where they were reducing something. Yes, so yesterday it was news, but this is just not okay. What this reminds me of is Meta. And, even though Meta wasn't as quick, I mean, here's our boy Meta. Even Meta was actually really, really quick, and Tesla's not doing this, which makes me think it's a trap. Even on Meta on this day, I thought it was a trap, but it didn't turn out to be. We took out these important levels, which we shouldn't take out at all, and then we just continued on down. Versus, if you look at Shopify, this is what I think Tesla is doing. So if you look at Shopify on the daily, there was this channel right here. This guy and this guy. And we tried to break out of it once. We didn't really succeed. And then we just came right back down. But when we took this guy out right below this channel, the $30 level, I was tempted to go short shop. But then we just came right back into this channel. And then again, so I think that's what Tesla's doing too. It's not rolling down like Meta, like it's supposed to. It's just slow rolling. So I mean, Shop has earnings, but anyway, I just wanted to show you guys similarity. But as far as day trading is concerned today, it is, guys, just understand it is one of the weaker ones out there comparatively than SPY and the Qs. So if you look at it, SPY and the Qs are above this candle, above this day, and or Qs are almost there. And Tesla isn't even gapping today up at all to its 10 EMA. So it's one of the weaker ones. So if the markets are rolling over, we want to look for a short on Tesla. That's just how I would play it. The markets continue on up. We want to just keep an eye on it and look for a rollover around noontime. So that's the way I would do it. Thoughts on this PayPal gap and go, ooh, you guys always bring me to PayPal gap and goes. That's awesome. Okay, PayPal. I love that it's gapping into, well, it's gapping on slightly above the 20 EMA. That's perfect. And we drew this out last time. This is a perfect bull flag, a very, very strong one too added. So I feel like I'm not saying, oh, we're going to break out of this bull flag and go higher, but I feel like at least 91 is definitely achievable. If not 91 and you don't want to be an overachiever, 89 is where my target would be because that's where this gap is. I think PayPal is trying to go fill that gap. If the markets take off, I think I really like this gap and go. I would have liked it a lot more if it looked like this, if this candle look like this, but towards the end, as you can see, there was some buying. It is a hammer, and it's a hammer gap and go, which is still great. It's not, I mean, you can't complain about it. It's fantastic. This is a good example of that. So I could totally see something like that happen on PayPal. And PayPal's been beat down. Guys, true story. I have 5 shares of PayPal at 169. I am a proud bag holder. Probably the only bag holder, but it's true. Rock says, good morning, Melody and RLT family. Amazon will begin offering Venmo as a new payment option for orders placed on Amazon. Ooh, what? Is it affecting Amazon? I don't know if that would affect it in a positive or negative way, but shouldn't that affect PayPal in a negative way then, Rock? I would think it would affect it in a negative way because if anything, PayPal should be an accepted form of payment. They should compete. That's why PayPal's gapping up. I would think PayPal would gap down then because it's bad for, oh no, PayPal owns Venmo. Okay, got it. Okay, never mind. I just remembered they took over. Never mind. All right, awesome. So Amazon is not really being affected as much by it, but PayPal is. Ooh, awesome. Yes. So great news catalyst. That's perfect. So I like this gap and go. Absolutely. I think you could confidently place this trade and look for something like this because it's good for business. I mean, why not? Yeah, absolutely. I like it. PayPal owns Venmo. Yeah, they took over, I think, maybe a year and a half ago or something. I remember reading about it, but yes. Okay, cool. Awesome. So nothing really working on the Amazon side, which is surprising, but Amazon, it's coming up on our list anyway, so we might as well go over it. But Amazon is also not being extremely bullish, in my opinion. I don't see it doing spectacular moves. I think last time I was on the mic or we were talking about this, it was doing this trend line and it was trying to break out of it. And I said, I like this gap up, but we're back again at the same zone. And I could argue that we broke out of this trend line. The moving averages are reversing. I can make a bull case for it. But you know, it's not showing me strength the way it some other things are. For example, Apple, or well, Apple's the only one that I could find with strength, or Shopify, sadly. But yeah, anyway, I feel like it's trying to break out of this zone. Don't be fooled by this move up. You know, this could still very well be this channel right now on Amazon. So just be careful. I love this hammer. If the markets got going today, maybe we could expect a bull move all the way up to 123 at least. So I really like this hammer. And let's see what happens there. Usually when we have news like this, And if it's like a parent company taking over a different company, it's actually bad news for a parent company, and that gets sold off, and the company being taken over gets bought up. So I'm not sure which way Amazon's going to go. If I had to guess, I would think it's going to go bullish to at least 123 right at open. So we'll see what happens there. Delta Airlines, guys, I've been looking into this because I say it a lot that I don't trade it enough. But Delta, do not get caught sleeping on this guy either. This guy broke out of this channel. And it's odd for me to be sitting here making bull scenarios. YouTubeville, I am the designated bear trader for RLT. So I love my bear trades a lot. And so it's odd for me to sit here and make bull cases. But we broke out of this this channel right here, this wedge looking thing. Well, it's not really a wedge, but anyway, we retested it perfectly, and now we're looking to go higher. So keep an eye on this. I could easily see it go to at least 34.33 before it sees a turnaround. Also, guys, if you count with me, this is wave 0, 1, 2, and we're in some sort of a 3 right now. So keep an eye on this. Double bottom, they got retested, and we're going higher. So look for bull trades on Delta. Don't entertain bear trades just yet on it. I like this setup a lot. It's too late for me to get in and start a position, but I will definitely be day trading in bullish and see where it goes. Here's our boy Roblox. Roblox, I was 100% sure this gap would fill within a week, and it did not. That's surprising to me. So everywhere we have hammers, Roblox is gapping up a tiny little bit, not really crazy much, but it's gapping up a tiny little bit. I am still only interested in seeing a bear trade with this gap fill and then us going higher. But Roblox is also doing something similar to Delta Airlines, where it's breaking out of its channel, its long time channel. And we shall see what happens next over here. But I mean, I've tried to look at it in a bearish way forever, ever since this gap up, but it just doesn't want to pull back, which tells me there's strength on it. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on it. I want to entertain a bear trade only for this gap fill, and then we'll see which way we go, but we'll see. All right, here comes our boy NVIDIA. This, in my opinion, is doing what Shopify did. Meta did. Should not let go of this level, and it did, and then it just kind of trickled down. It's been weak. Out of all of them, NVIDIA and AMD have been slightly weaker. We do have this gap that's unfilled. So I would want to target 131 as my area of exiting if I am in this bullish. Keep an eye on this trend line, guys. This is the weaker of the bunch, right? So when we have a crossover, moving average crossover, it could be a faux crossover. It doesn't have to be a long-lasting crossover like this. It could just be something like this, where the moving average is crossed over and then we just kind of collapsed again. So don't be fooled just because moving averages are crossing over. We can absolutely roll back down. NVIDIA has been weaker of the bunch. So keep an eye on this trend line right here. If that breaks, I'm asking it to go down a lot, and I'm asking a lot out of it. As a matter of fact, I think it'll have some bull moves before it comes back down. But in case it does, this is a good trend line that it needs to respect and keep climbing. So we'll see. Usually when you look at it in day trading, this occurs on wave 4, so on smaller time frames. Faye says NIO has a hammer at good support, but don't know if the Chinese stocks are a play. Faye, just by looking at BABA yesterday, I would say be safe and don't play Chinese stocks. On the weekly, does it have a good support? Oh yeah, here, maybe, yeah. I could see what you're seeing, but I'm just a little tiny bit skeptical. I'm not a buyer of of Neo and Baba and all of that for day trading, sure, but if you're doing long-term stuff, don't do it. Well, and then this is a great looking hammer too on it. So if you wanted to make a bull case, I would say buy the dip at the body of the candle and write it up to the gap fill, which is 1044 if you want to. I think that should give you a good risk to reward if you wanted to. I personally wouldn't mess with any of these stocks. CVS has a nice gap and go. Ooh, I haven't looked up my gap and goes today. Whoa, what happened here? Did it have news? What happened here? This is perfection, guys. We might be able to short this guy. Well, not really short right at open though, because it's kind of sort of pulling into that trend line support right now. Unless there's news, I don't see why everything else is gapping up and this guy's gapping down. Let's see. Additional information from DOJ for Signify Health acquisition. Okay. All right, then maybe it's a short right at open. All right. So if it's a news related candle, I can short it right at open, because otherwise, if it's just a random gap and go like this, I don't trust it. But this is a news related event. So, all right, I think I could entertain this. Let's add CVS to our list and let's see what it does. Just like everything else, I would want one green candle to come in and I would want to go short it at open. So yes, I like that. Wait, that was news 5 days ago. Oh my God, I am so off my game right now. What happened then on CVS? Can somebody tell me? Can somebody look it up real quick? I don't know why it's doing that. Let's look at AMD while Will is looking that up. Will says, I don't know. All right. So then if it's, now this is just, nobody, I mean, you can't read this in a book. Maybe you can, I don't know. But nobody's going to come and tell you, I like gap and goes with catalyst behind it, with a you know, it's kind of like a slingshot move versus you just throwing a ball or whatever. It's extended, right? With news, it's magnified. Versus no news event is just going to be nothing burger. So, and also CVS, in my opinion, is very blue chippy. So when Thomas says UPS, don't see any news on CVS. Okay, let's look at UPS. Ooh, this is pretty interesting too. Thomas, this looks really good. Thank you for pointing me to it. Lots of accumulation right down here. It is a retest gap, so I would look to buy the dip on this. Let's see it on the weekly real quick. Oh, no. But then it's gapping up to the weekly 10 EMA. On the daily, I want to go bullish, but then I don't know if this guy is going to act as resistance right now. Let's add UPS to the list and see what it does. Maybe around the afternoon, if the markets cooperate, we want to go long on this. Yeah, looks good to me. I think buy the dip is going to be the way I would want to play this today. This looks great. Is UPS on earnings? Yep, that looks good. Okay, fantastic. All right, we will move on to AMD real quick before we only have 3 minutes left. So let's wrap this up really quickly. Okay, AMD looks interesting, just like NVIDIA. Just I want to call it fiddling in the middle. Is that a good phrase? Yeah, I would say so. But anyway, it's just doing a nothing burger move as well. And I don't really like those kind of moves. I would much rather want to trade a UPS, which is just excitement there, versus this. There's just nothing over there. So let's leave that alone. Apple. Our boy Apple has earnings on 27th, guys. Oh, are we ready for that? I'm so excited. I wonder which way it's gonna go, because it's, you know, it's gonna decide which way the market goes. for the next few days, which is going to be awesome. So I'm ready for it in 2 days. That's going to be exciting. Apple too is gapping up, but nothing exciting. I think today might be a little bit of a profit taking day on Apple because it's been, 4 days in a row of buying. And then we have earnings coming up in 2 days. If I were a buyer on Apple here, anywhere else in the middle over here, I would want to take some profit. So today's going to be a little bit of a profit taking day all the way to 147.26, I think. And then maybe we look to go higher. So buy the dip is the way to go today. SPY and the Qs we looked at, Amazon we looked at, Meta. I have looked at Meta quite a bit lately, and I like to trade it a lot. I don't know if you're here, Sammy, but I sold a put that day with the gap down that we talked about. I sold a 100 put expiring next week, and I already closed out of it for 60-cent profit. So that was awesome, but that was a good plan. But anyway, all right, Netflix coming up. We talked about this right at open. I really like Netflix too. If the markets get going, I think this is going to be a good bullish play on Netflix today. So let's keep an eye on this guy too. We are approaching 9:30 YouTube land, and unfortunately, I have to say goodbye to you guys, but I hope to see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place. Give us a thumbs up and come check us out at rlt.com. Thank you, guys.